Hi, I'm Dr. Nita, an OBGYN, and today we are going to talk about menstrual cups. Now, for anyone who is not familiar with menstrual cups, here's a little background information for you. Menstrual cups, which are made of materials like plastic or rubber, are inserted into a female's vagina during her menstrual period to catch the menstrual flow. And there are different kinds of cups. Some cups are used only once and thrown away, whereas others can be washed and reused. These menstrual cups have actually been around for a pretty long time, but recently people have been talking about them more and more. So since they are getting really trendy, I want to address some common questions that people have when it comes to using menstrual cups. Question number one, how do you find the right size? Well, I recommend that you start by reading the package that it comes in, because most manufacturers will recommend a cup size, either small or large, based on general characteristics and categories of women. For example, if a woman is over 30, if she's had a vaginal delivery, or if she has a heavy menstrual period, a company might recommend a large cup instead of a smaller one. However, I do want to give you a heads up that even if you follow the sizing instructions on the package, there can still be some trial and error when it comes to figuring out your size, meaning you might not select the right size for you on the first try, but don't give up too quickly. When you have found the right cup, it should be super comfortable. You should not feel it at all. If your menstrual cup feels uncomfortable, then try a different size or a different brand. The second question I get is, how do you deal with it in a public bathroom? Ideally you should use water and a gentle soap to clean your menstrual cup before you reinsert it. But if you're in a public bathroom, then you might have to improvise. If you happen to have some bottled water, go ahead and use that water to wash your hands and the cup. If you don't have access to water, use whatever you have to clean your hands and use toilet paper to clean out the cup. But remember to circle back and wash the cup well, following the manufacturer's instruction as soon as you get an opportunity. A quick side note is, I've heard that some people use toilet water to clean their menstrual cups. Please don't do that. Another question that I get is about the pros and cons. When I think about the pros of a menstrual cup, I think about the fact that, you could save a lot of money. I think about the fact that it's good for the environment if you're using reusable cups. And, some people also think that they're more convenient because you need to change a pad or a tampon every 4 to 6 hours, but you can keep in a menstrual cup for 8 to 12 hours. When I think about the cons, I, would want to acknowledge the fact that there is a learning curve and it can be messy when you're trying to figure out your cup size, which is why I recommend that you use a pad when you're learning which cup is right for you. Additionally, some people complain about the fact that it can be messy in a public bathroom, especially. The next question is about toxic shock syndrome. People want to know if it is possible to get toxic shock syndrome when using a menstrual cup. The probability of toxic shock syndrome with a menstrual cup is low, but it is not non-existent. To help protect yourself, you want to make sure that you are cleaning your hands before you remove or reinsert your menstrual cup. And you also want to make sure that you're using the manufacturer's instructions when it comes to keeping your menstrual cup clean. So I hope that you have found this information helpful.